Alright, hey. Hey, howdy. Hey, alright, I can finally turn this shit off. Hold on. And by shit, I mean one of the best songs ever goddamn created. Changed my mind. So can I be real? Can I be real for a little bit? I kinda had to stop playing disco for a bit. It was getting a bit real. A bit real for my tastes, at least. And when I'm like, I'm probably not even a third way through the game, I'm like, let's take a very, very quick break. I think I'm good. I think I'm actually ready now. The only thing I've done off screen is redo shit that didn't get covered by the autosave like I thought it would. Other than that, everything you guys are going to see here, new. And I think I immediately know what I want to do. After, like, refreshing my memory on what there is to do. But how are you guys? How are you guys actually popping in to pump the numbers a bit before you go to sleep? Oh dear. Well, I hope you don't have to sleep too soon. Low-key, Prude, you're one of the reasons I do want to keep going on this. Because despite the fact that a lot of people don't come in for disco, you do. And you, at least, want to see what I'm thinking with this game. And to not finish it on air would feel wrong in that regard, if that makes sense. I also may have been listening to The Smallest Church in Sense Then for a while. Just to do it, you know? And then it's like, man, I should go back to the game that's from. Because that song hurts. It's great. I love it. It's a buffet of thoughts. Yeah, exactly. And, like, I've seen how other people play this game. I'm playing a little differently, because most people just embrace the downward spiral, and I'm at least trying to do my job. Either way, game's properly started, and I can just, whammo. There we go. Oh, I might need to move myself. Hold on. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. It is currently evening, but good evening, String Fingers. I don't know what to short your name to, right quick. Tap, 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 tap. Look, when you see me do the little tap, 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 that's what I'm really doing. That's what I'm really doing. Alright. So immediately I want to... I think... Okay, hold on. I think this is the only LP that this is going to happen where I may or may not have undergone 3 model changes? Because I think I actually started this on my PNG. It's not an avatar, it's my real virtual body. Exactly. So when I do little tap, 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 those are my real tap, tap, taps. Okay. So immediately, I am thinking I want to go back and call HQ. I want to call the station to see if they ever ran the number on that armor. Real tap tap taps, yeah. Real tap tap taps like this. Tap tap taps. I also found... Okay, one thing that did change was something I quick saved to see what it was, and then quick loaded to make it not new content. I did not know that apparently we had missed a Inland Empire check around Mr. Everart's... Oh, what's it called? His, like, shipping container office. Yeah, exactly. My real tap-tap-taps.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Alright. Let's pick up the radio. Alright. Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots? Not yet, but I was able to convince the database people to share their private sector information. They promised to get to me by tomorrow morning. Oh.
But I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised 57.
Okay, so they said tomorrow. I thought that I did that. I genuinely thought I did that Tuesday. Alright. Never mind. Find smokes and smoke them. Which we could do. Who put the clothes in the trash? I'm still thinking as to who that could have been. It is making me curious. Add even more beauty to the wall. Find the murder weapon. Find a working firearm that shoots .446. I think we may have sold it. Whoops. Legitimately, in my rush to need money for the night's lodgings, I may or may not have sold that gun. Okay. We can ask Renee about the photo. Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't even know this was a menu. I didn't even know, like, this aspect of the game had a menu. Alright. What you got for me? Whoop. Oh dear.
Officer,
Okay.
damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
I, found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night.
Okay.
Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Sure.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every
I got
night
that, I
anyway,
got that.
And money is tight.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who's the girl?
She is nobody.
Oh.
This is none of your concern. And I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the
I think I
RCA.
already know. That's either your
Lady
kid
is
or your old
Jean-Marie Beaulieu,
partner.
And she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
So you must have seen something on the night of the murder. Booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
And who was?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since
Yeah,
last Monday.
that lines up to what I think
There's
I
no
saw.
other guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me.
Okay. No one's been guarding the container yard since last Monday?
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
So, I may have had to switch where this game is stored. There might be the occasional audio foible, but that's about it. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer.
Ooh?
The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René.
Okay.
Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
It's an encode foible. Those happen a bit. Well, those are going to happen a lot more then, because it's on my hard drive, which is a little weird. So I listened to how, like, some of the devs talk about this game in, like, spoiler-free dev talks. This game seems like it is coded very, very carefully, but also with some blind spots. Mostly
The
decorative.
possibility of someone
Like
being
the
in there
thought
is enough to
cabinet
discourage
apparently
any
almost sunk the
ill-minded
studio.
individuals.
Tries to
Evrard
argue.
created this job for
Oh,
René
damn.
because he knows the Royal Carabiniers pension.
There's a
of
few
honor
issues with
and
lines
PTSD
flagged wrongly and they
isn't
still haven't
something
patched
a
it.
man can
Ah,
live
so
off.
like trying to buy something with my net
The
worth.
Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Alright. I mean, like, the game is excellent otherwise. I still view this game as, like, as close to a 10 as you can actually get. Alright, Everett gets it. Big guy looking after the small, and everyone working together. Such dependency only weakens a man. Do or die, there's no middle ground. Renee is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back on the job market. Keep folks... I agree. Actually, hold on. I kind of agree with this. Renee should rent out his services. Oh, dear. That's a bad idea. Oh, there's probably nothing with the tear collecting. It's your side thing, too. We need a program.
Look,
Ooh.
officer. Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up
Okay.
anyway. So might as well keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps my senses sharp.
Alright. Let's see if we can make this roll. It's a big roll, but let's see if we can make it. Ah! Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with civilian attire.
Anything else I can assist you?
Alright. So... let's see. Let's see. Oh no. Okay. Where... Boardwalk on the coast, somewhere in the reed, says Miss Orange, Orange has fake documents in it. Alright. I think we should actually try to pursue that. Maybe see if it leads us anywhere? So, like, I've been thinking on it more. Because, like, even if I haven't been thinking succinctly on, like, the game since I last played, I've been thinking what's been going on with, like, Klasia and, like, why I decided to do, like, why I decided what I decided. And it's like, ultimately, I don't see why arresting her would have anything to do with me. I, personally, am here to investigate a murder. She did not commit the crime that I care about. So think about it. Bottle drained of all its booze, still frozen in the ice. So think about it. Why would I have to arrest her? Why would I feel any compulsion to arrest her? When I could very easily just live and let live on the whole corporate espionage thing. It literally does not involve me. I don't think there's any higher I can go in the RCM, because I don't think Harry would want to. See dust-covered linens, dried tulips in a bed. Like, Harry has no reason to take such a high-profile case unless he absolutely just wanted to. I don't have any reason personally, because I like her. Even when she's lying, she's still very nice. Totally don't have the hots. No siree. What's over here?
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Reach in and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant screen.
Alright.
Collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
My city now. Whoop. Kim, can we please? Oh dear. That's the gauntlets down there.
Congratulations.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Now let's see, what does the armor actually give me? +2 to interfacing? Really? Alright, they're just straight up a full-on upgrade to the yellow gardening gloves then. Let's see how they look. They look kind of cool, actually. I don't currently want them because I'm glamoring right now. Ooh. Rust-eaten letters read Mazout. Ooh. You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. Passes quickly. Someone might have to remind me on that one. Looking back, all you can from the rust-colored water, you. I love this soundtrack too. Like, The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns the reeds. Like, it's not a banger by any mean. Like, there's nothing I'm, like, trying to move my feet to. Shivers being like, yo, it's not cold enough for me to speak up. Water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipe. I love Shivers, just like, as a stat, Shivers is fascinating and useful. And it's not something I would usually think about in any other game. I kind of just want to explore now. 45, because now we can just save up for whatever we need. No boat in the boathouse today. What's over here? Because now that we have the free housing, magnesium and oversized superstar sunglasses. Let's see. Alright. How do they look on me? Oversized. I kind of like the Jamrock Biker Cop sunnies a lot more. Especially when I care about my empathy a lot more than I do about savoir-faire. And it's like, taking a hit to visual calculus? Nah. If it were something like motorics, or like any of the good motoric stats, I'd consider it. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. I'd consider it, but nah. Soggy logs smell of ignition fluid, and they still won't light up. Heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. 45 real? I actually kind of wonder, like, could this be the boy Clausier told you about?
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That, over there, must be the boy Clausier told us about. The one she hid her passport in.
Okay.
We should take a look.
Let's see if she was telling the truth. You lift the buoy out.
You lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Shake
There's
it.
something in there, splashing around.
Sniff?
It smells like you would expect it to smell.
I was gonna say, why would you give me
Salt,
sniff?
industrial slop, and decay.
That's gotta be... not interfacing, but perception. There we go. Water this side of the peninsula is cleaner. Actually, it
The
smells
water
a little
this
salty.
side of the peninsula is
All right.
cleaner.
What about the
Actually,
plastic ball
the
overall?
number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic.
Go
It
on.
hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Yeah, but it's also hidden and kind of just looks like debris unless
A
you know
shot
it's there.
glass's worth of seawater pours out, some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn.
Huh. No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
This is a minor quirk. We know it was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Could it be related to the cryptozoologists? That's a good question.
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you.
Yeah,
much
she
at
might
this
just
point.
lie again. We're lucky it's still here a little longer and it could have floated away.
We still got here too late.
Yeah.
There's nothing of use here anymore.
Leave it be. But we got the XP for that, so it's not entirely... Oop. It's almost impossible to get fire going this near the ocean.
Hello, I'm Gary.
Hello, Gary.
How do you do, officer?
The crypto-fascist. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yellow man. I mean,
oh
officer.
Dear.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out.
Yeah, take out that notebook, Kim.
Yellow man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
You should leave your door locked. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Got it. Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Uh-huh. Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew.
Dark times will do that to good men.
What do you mean, good men?
Serious question time.
Yeah!
This man is no innocent.
Literally radiating
No
the
one
son
is.
of Revachol from his head. Yeah! This your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at maybe a scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I am. For 100 Ral.
Okay, I deserve that.
Give
And I
me
won't
your
do it
money.
again. You have my word.
Kim, are
know
you
what
willing
got
to
into
overlook this
Stuffing my
abrupt
garbage on
corruption?
another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Oh dear.
What did you do,
Morel,
Gary?
really?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How'd you get in the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs.
I'm writing you
shouldn't-
another ticket.
I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
I'm still fining you.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Look, Gary, buddy old pal, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into the trash container? Racism jar getting full and we just met him. Is that basically what I'm doing?
Officer, please, let me explain. It's not like that.
Do?
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes. What happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would.
I didn't
I
expect
put them
the
into
word
the whirling
crypto-fascist
trash,
in this game, I'm
along
not
with a
gonna
broken
lie.
mug, admittedly.
Changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
God, I want to punch him in the dick.
As he shifts
Or the
uncomfortably,
mouth.
a series of clicks,
Either
like
way.
the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
What's
but
that
where?
strange sound?
What sound?
That clinking I heard when you moved.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time, his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
It is a weird noise.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
There's something going on.
I'm
here.
like...
You should
Maybe
observe
it's
more
because he was
closely
introduced
after
as, like,
this
Jimmy the
I know a guy
Racist,
who
essentially.
works with the trash collection
Oop.
service, so I can use the... I'm
Oop,
sorry.
Sorry.
Disgrace.
Sorry.
He studies his reaction.
Okay, let's move
Gary
on
doesn't answer.
for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the muck.
Okay.
But I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you don't... A, we already know who did it. But B, you don't seem like the man actually brave enough to follow up on your own words.
He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I'd say.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way.
Okay.
But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
Gotcha.
What does he do then?
What do
This
you
feels like a
mean?
good opportunity to dominate him.
What do you do then, if not cryptozoology?
Oh, this and that.
Sounds shady.
Officer, I would never.
You would
I
never,
just didn't want
you
to
say.
bore you with unnecessary detail.
You would never. You have no idea what this game is or who that guy is, but you hate his guts. In all fairness, this game is full of completely fleshed out, horrible, horrible people. It's just the fact that, like, when they're racist, it's the first thing that you see about them.
I work as a special courier.
Your
You
character...
know,
Granted,
urgent deliveries,
you do play a cop, so you
overnight
kind of notice
deliveries,
these things
deliveries
immediately.
to out-of-the-way locations.
So you deliver things. What kind of things would you say?
Oh, I don't know the contents, officer. Part of my
Discretion,
job
you
is
say?
Discretion.
He's trying too hard to seem untroubled by your question. The rigidity in his posture gives him away.
Do you deliver drugs?
No. That's far too dangerous. Besides, dealing drugs
What
isn't
do you
for
mean, people
me
like
and
you and me?
officer.
No, I'm giving you a microphone. I'm giving you a platform. Say it. Say it with your chest. Do you deliver guns?
No, nothing like that. I leave that to companies with hundreds of years
Be
of tradition in
brave.
arms manufacturing. No
Come
need
on,
for
be
an
the
amateur
racist
like me
little
coming.
toaster. Do you deliver letters to the secret mistresses of corporate and government officials?
What do I look like? A pansy? Besides, that kind of cavorting goes against the community values
Community
that would strengthen our
value.
city.
You're a simple cop. Ask him a simple question. He can't beat around the bush much longer.
Come on. You've already behaved suspiciously with the trash container business. Stop evading the question.
Okay, fine. You got me. I'm a special topping pie delivery courier.
What?
You heard me. I deliver topping pies. It's temporary. I'm looking for another job. Not many jobs for
You
good
were
men
this
out there
coy
these days.
about... You said you deliver special topping pies. What makes the topping pies special?
They're wheat-free and vegan and huge.
He pauses.
That's basically it. I'm a pie delivery man. How about we change the subject?
Why were you so coy about that, Gary?
I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied? Because I am.
Clinking sound. Grilled him about the topping pie. Alright, we're getting better, we're getting better. Fascist pizza delivery guy. Yeah. You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuraki. I'm gonna put emphasis on Lieutenant.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
I'm sure.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Yes. Our... He is nothing compared to Measurehead. Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Got a problem with sailites?
No. No problem at all.
Flashes an impenetrable smile at the lieutenant. Let's see. This is a good roll. I'm actually feeling good about this roll.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Some worn underneath.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles. Stolen
Let's
from
go,
the
let's go.
yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was...
A criminal. A criminal is what you are.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want
I'm
you
gonna
to
fine
know.
you $250. You were gleaming... You see a gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
First goddamn thing sincere about him.
Jerry, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing.
Damn right you do! To my lieutenant first!
No. You've got explaining to do.
Give me that armor. Now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons
Oh
his
shit,
shirt
he actually
fully.
cooperates.
A cuirass that matches the
I'm not
dead
used to
man's
that.
boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why'd you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak.
True.
I should have told you the moment I saw you.
You should have.
But-
The
But...
hell, Gary? You in trouble?
Yes.
I'll explain later.
He loves the taste of them boots. Of course he did. Fair enough. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
Alright. Gary T. Crypto-Fascist, you are under arrest. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
So
You have
I
a right
went
to
there to
remain
take out
silent.
the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner.
You've had plenty of them,
They all
bud.
say he wasn't
Mug
from
collection
here.
first.
Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
Gary, let's be real. You're like this because it gave me trouble.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
Kim, can we arrest him?
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy.
Wait, are we
Most of them sided
are
with
we
the king
removing
when-
the racism debuff?
It's
Hold
difficult
on.
to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology.
Hold on.
His face does not belie emotions.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses.
Yeah.
Lynched
Sounds about
him
right.
because of the strike.
But I
But
wanted to know.
almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything
Holy
like this again.
shit! I'm surprised at how well this all went. Alright, what do we got?
Wow. So someone's been a little boring.
Oh dear. What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's wait, Kim? Am I boring?
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown. He doesn't even want to talk to you about it.
Picking on me for not being crazy enough. That's the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. Wait, no. I like brown.
Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out telefax.
Yeah, no need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now.
Good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting.
Oh, now, fuck you, drama!
I won't trouble you any further.
Oh, fuck off! I'm literally in the middle of the art cop quest line. Piss off.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap.
Speaking of, subscribe to any politics yet? Hold on. Indirect modes of taxation. I want to be both a free market capitalist and a full-on socialist when I get to the point that I can. I want to at least contradict myself once.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly.
Fight me, Mute. Fight me.
He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
The fucking shoes told me to do it. You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Is that the ancient reptilian brains voice actor? Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message.
Oh, we're getting a lot of XP.
And we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but that's fixed now. You can go back. Be aware that the vision quest unlocks this night, and your choices depend on which thoughts you unlocked, not necessarily internalized. Ooh, that's interesting. Also, thank you to Pin for the raid. Howdy, how are you doing? Sorry for chat being in followers only mode. At the moment, it's a security thing.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage?
I did.
There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle.
Pin raid. Yeah, hell yeah, Pin raid.
Butter.
Yeah, no, you see, thank you, Neo Nemesis, for the follow. Welcome to the cabaret. Hope you enjoy your stay. No, see, I jumped over the canal in my motor carriage, tearing through the Samaran butter sign, which fell into the canal, blocking the gates. I used the pawn shop as a launch ramp.
Why?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
I hope he pays that ticket.
Tell her I won't be long.
I genuinely hope he pays that ticket.
Your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round.
Okay.
See if the phasmid has taken
How
it back.
are you doing,
Then
by the way,
going.
Pin? What were you doing, too? Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Howdy, Zaris. Howdy. What makes it hard to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a
Gotcha.
ghost insect,
Go
it
on.
disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't
That
there?
there are.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques does it use?
It's my hypothesis that it has
Your
evolved certain
hypothesis.
electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception.
Does that
impeding
include
pattern
us?
recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Cricky Aussie accent is yummy. It really is.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something
Paranatural.
paranatural
Oh, yeah.
about this phasmid.
Alright. How big is it?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm.
What?
So,
He leaves the conclusion up to you. Why are you interested in the stick bug? Doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
Typical rookie assumption.
Oh?
Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply
I want to
catching
buy
a
into
glimpse
this
of
so
the
hard.
Indian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Shakes his head. But what have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen.
But that means
so
something.
all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Oh, I love morale.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Oh? He says this brusquely. Enough that he even seems taken aback by it.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such
That's
an
a fair enough
extraordinary creature
thing to
is
say.
doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
I'm sorry, of what? Mere superstition. Yeah. Parthenogenesis?
Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce.
Oh!
Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
That's pretty clever.
Yes.
Real term from biology. Yeah, I know, I've heard it. That's why it's like...
Insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain
So this is something I want to ask chat. What do you guys feel about cryptozoology? Because I think it is absolutely, in a way, a science.
There's nothing dispassionate about
even if
the way
it's
he talks about
fucking
insects.
bug fuck nuts. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps.
Fair enough.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south where Lena would be.
Come on, Morale.
You love cryptozoology?
We've been
You mean you're a
soaking out
fucking
here
dragon?
for days.
Fair enough.
It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not.
Can I help? Can I help speed things up? I'd love to.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs.
Oh,
if
I
we
just
don't
wanna
dry out
to
soon.
smack him across the jaw.
Won't
He doesn't
let
respect
Lena
the
down.
sciences or my
Sounds
partner.
Like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting on record. One of only 40th century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the phasmid.
Yes, that's.
I love
came
Lena.
To know one
I
another,
love her
in
so
fact.
much. She's
But
so
that's
cool.
Her story to tell, not mine.
Oh, I want to hear more about it from her.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the
I
mysterious
should.
phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. I understand. I don't give up on things either.
Good. A good quality to have. Both for a police officer
Goddamn right.
and an experimental
Goddamn right.
zoologist.
I could go for some trap setting.
I do gotta get going, though, because there is exploration we haven't done, but also pain threshold, volition, noted, but -1 to empathy because you get mania of invulnerability. That's good. We should unlock at least 2 new thoughts. Let's see. Actual art degree. Magnesium-based light form. Jamrock shuffle. Precarious world. Okay, so now we have 2 thought cabinets just opened up, which should be useful soon, if not later. God, electrochemistry is so damn high right now. Visual calculus, always useful, is going to stay useful. Rhetoric, because we honestly keep internalized communism. Hold on. Do we have any? Ooh. Yep. All right. It just wasn't called communist, so I actually didn't notice it because I forgot that this world is not our world. Yep. Mazovian socioeconomics. There we go. There we fucking go. Direct. Alright. Das Kapital. Yeah. Alright. So we found Morel. We do need to talk to Lillian. We do need her signature, because honestly, that youth center sounded pretty fucking cash right about now. Sounding pretty cash. Ooh, wait, what's this? Bars cover these long, dusty windows. What do we got here?
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Okay, what do we got?
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow
where is this gonna go?
away.
Hope is just a whisper, or tomorrow is just a whisper away. Whoop. Kim?
Looks like tomorrow never came.
There we go. He raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Okay, I thought that was gonna, like, go into a new thought cabinet or something. Another power box. Charges nothing now. It's empty. Fence blocks the path. No way on from here. What? Hold on. Do we have crowbar? Thought so. Ooh, I thought... Nosafed! Alright! See, we're getting there. Let's talk to this family. Oh, you're scary white. Okay.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez?
I'm
You
not...
must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
How do you know
Not a lot of people
my
realize
partner?
the historic significance here.
Uh-huh.
Very rich in hypertext.
Hypertext?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carr and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with
I feel like I'm going to be
especially in the
educated
summer.
in legit
They
history.
still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail,
Kim, are
say
you
hi
a
to the
superstar
officers.
cop too? He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. Child stays hidden behind the helm of his father's coat, clutching to his warm-threaded coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
I was gonna say, do I know who you Worms when there's so many real things to see? Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money? Okay, so this game runs into the thing that, like, KOTOR and Fallout 1, like, of the games I've played in recent memories have, where it's like, a lot of conversations aren't about what I will say, it's about what I can say. And the fact that I can just ask him for money, do you think they know what dubstep is? I don't know if dubstep's been invented yet. What's so fascinating about this empty old building?
Aha, but it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld,
I'm actually kind of curious.
Like, cartridges mostly.
They
was once a top dog in the turn of the century cybernetics.
Can dubstep even be made with the current technology they have?
Hold on. What's R&D?
Wait. What's an R&D department?
Apologies. It's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
He smiles brightly, laugh lines around his eyes.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Okay, yeah. Kalpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and
so my favorite thing about Encyclopedia is that apparently if your Encyclopedia is really high, the game becomes almost insufferable to play because unrelated facts just keep coming to mind, and the game will not give you the option to skip them unless you want to just ignore what Encyclopedia just said and skip over the dialogue. It's the funniest shit to me, because all of your... Like, in the background, every single thing in your thought cabinet actually has, like, a different thing it's thinking of. And, like, you can have a full convo with Kim about an obscure car model parked right next to the Whirling, for example. Yeah! So, like... But at the same time, your brain, if it is really high in Encyclopedia, you just know so much shit, and your brain will not let you forget that you know so much shit, even if you can't really act on it. It's great. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago.
I kind of like this
guy. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve.
He grins.
I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building.
Transgrade Encyclopedia with a smile. I like the smile. Computer. He looks like, oh god, what's the actor? He plays Jack McBrayer, I think his name is? He plays the one guy from 30 Rock. The fucking country bumpkin. He looks like that guy. A tape computer.
Mm-hmm. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution.
Okay,
revolutionizing business machines,
like what we would know as a laptop
to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants.
Right.
ICN and ZUM haven't achieved yet.
You're right. Yeah, well, what's dude's name? Because I can't remember now. It's McBrayer.
Like
okay, so I had the last name right.
Indeed.
What happened?
What?
The revolution!
Boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this
his
side
first
of
name
town
is Jack.
for
Okay,
R&D.
so I think I did say Jack. Okay, then I did remember, and it just didn't sound right to my brain. So you're saying that Feld Electrical built the boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed. in the
Okay,
war.
what's a pleasure wheel? Is that like a Ferris wheel,
Pleasure
or is
wheel?
that something more nefarious? Because that sounds mad nefarious. The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky. Okay, a Ferris wheel.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
I would like that too.
To lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics.
Honestly see it with how much land is
History
in
had other plans.
Martinez. What did the revolutionaries do with these advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications.
Fair enough.
But also to
That's
write and
usually what
send out
tech
press
happens to be.
releases. The most
Wasn't the Onion?
notorious example
Wasn't
being
Tor
Le Decret de
specifically made by the military? And what was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the
Like,
radio
for example.
transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Okay.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind.
Okay.
You should read it.
I
Every
should.
local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Oh, that
I
sounds
tried
like
to
something
get
I can
Mikhail
pass
to
the time
memorize it.
with, then.
Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
Okay,
The
but I
kid
get it.
takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
Ooh.
But this
Oh,
story
dear.
is a bit too dark for little Mikhail. here.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to ask about tape computers,
He means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys
They all
were
got shot in the head
bourgeois.
because they were bourgeoisie. No. Do you know what the bourgeoisie is? Tape computers. Right. I'm not gonna scar the kid. That's his dad's prerogative.
tape computers.
He nods, wind tousling his suit jacket. How'd they work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look
I'm
like.
actually
But word
super
has it,
curious about
they
that.
were very
The tech
elegant.
that this universe posits
Alien-looking
fascinates
turn
me.
of the century hardware.
Because it's not steampunk, it's not diesel punk, it's not Dishonored's weird fucking oil punk. It's like a mix of all of it. It is just weird science fiction in an otherwise distant past, or distant current recent past. I know what words are.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort,
The what?
Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was
Go
before
on.
the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
I believe he did. God damn it. God
He
fucking
didn't.
damn it, suggestion.
He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in
It
the world.
is the most natural thing in the world.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Yost?
Okay, the Lumpty Dumpty Dum Center. Paul Ackerman, Keith, and Guy Juiced? What are you talking about?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition
damn
itself
it.
drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
Yes, yes.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even.
I bet it was.
One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Okay.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
The RCM should get one of those.
Even
or some
one
of those.
would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution,
taking off,
it
3 a.m.
pays one to
hit,
imagine the
have some
revolutionary
Wumpty Dumpty
setting
fun.
fire to
I
the precious
will,
device.
and I'll update
So
you
they
on
did.
what happened.
The Felt playback experiment.
Because I can't possibly
vanished
ask
into
you to
the
be
fires
like,
of
yeah, watch
07.
3 more hours on the VOD. Oh, why'd the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands.
Fair enough.
Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype.
Damn.
Nothing but debris and ashes remain.
But we know
inside
that technology
building.
is possible. Takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. I wanted to ask something else.
But of course. What else?
Great. Thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikael here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
I agree.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the
Shut
talking.
up, Rhetoric. That was fascinating. Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wunder twins, Guy and Keith Juiced, are the stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dumpty De-Dominist ever of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. Where are you, if not there? I want to know. I have to know. Alright. Anything further up the boardwalk? So that maybe we can... Wait. Hey. There we go.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Lieutenant, what can you make? Can you make what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know...
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This part of his eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
You can still shoot, though.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses.
The fuck is this game? It's a really good RPG. Okay, well... We may have made Kim sad, but... Hear me out. Hear me out. We at least know that if push comes to shove, and someone wants to shoot him, buzz, hum, the electricity flows through the wires with audible power. If we wanted
Someone has left
or
an
if push comes to
unidentifiable
shove,
article of clothing
we
on
can
this railing.
absolutely keep
It
ourselves
smells
safe,
really
and
bad.
Kim can back us up. Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
My city now.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
It might be a clue.
A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
Could have been multiple seagulls.
The lieutenant sighs. A poet could write a dozen verses and still not begin to capture the profound fixation in that sigh.
Oh, Kim, I love you. You should still take it. That I should. The filthy jacket. Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way that that is a clothing item. Let's see. Whoop. Is this just your inner thoughts talking to you a lot? Pretty much. Pretty much, actually.
Crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Let's think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket
Well, it's a good thing I'm wearing gloves.
But rather, the thick
and
crust
always
of
have
gypsum
been,
sea
and
dust
always
shit
will.
That ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed.
Oh dear.
It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Flick my hands.
Now you're just flicking that shit.
Oh dear.
This is a disaster.
Oh no.
You'll never get the smell out.
Alright, well now we have it. That's the important part. We should take a hit. We should take a hit. Just in case. Oh, something in here. 25 real and a plastic tear. A makeshifter of vagrants have tried to make this boardwalk habitable. The tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Alright, what do we got here? A coin-weighted operating machine. Hadn't been used for a decade. What's this? A new postcard. And in here, Megapito's prescription lenses. +2 to encyclopedia, -1 to perception. Let's actually look at those. Yeah, I can kind of see. Whose idiotic idea were square and beige plastic frames anyways? Beige is a color that does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Honestly, the red layer of paint is probably closer to shelter than the tarp itself. Ooh. Glass. Alright. Those are worth something. Ooh, let's steal that money. How much money are we stealing? 64. Or 0.64. Eventually, we'll be able to buy that street lamp. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Ooh.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Isn't it just the rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
Oh, no.
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency.
Yeah,
that faintly clone sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Yes, go on. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something ain't right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Careful here. Floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear.
Ooh.
An empty cigarette package.
Well, we're taking that tear for sure.
In the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there.
Oh?
Livis strawberry.
Even more.
Plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem
I'm wearing gloves. And those are 10 or 0.10 real per tear.
A tragedy.
Lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Cigarette package?
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Kebab wrapper?
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads,
oh dear,
Shish Kebab Revachol.
That's more dire than
it's
the cigarettes.
It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
Well, thank you, visual calculus. It's hard to concentrate on the smell. The sea air brings some relief. Alright. So we got nothing from that. That's a dead body for sure. Oh! What happened
here? A man
here?
lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural
okay,
angle.
We might have a second murder.
Is an empty bottle of spirits in his cramped hand.
That art is a little, questionable.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's
certainly heading there. Yeah. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 eyes bulging stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
We do need to investigate. This is bad. Another dead body. This is my job.
Calm now.
Yep.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
Surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby.
All right.
A chewing gum wrapper is clutched.
Because I know there's for sure going to be a visual calculus roll, but my first assumption, the note of slippery wet around the hole. He must have slipped, caught his leg under the floorboard, cracked his head. This seems more like an accident than any wrongdoing.
Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the bottle.
0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear
gotcha.
All around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time.
Yeah, no, this is, a little,
True. It feels disrespectful.
I mean, also, if this were a crime scene, I would be tampering. Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Just one on the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet. Honestly,
I don't like that idea.
The dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break.
Not a fan.
It definitely looks fragile.
Okay.
You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Do we need to make a check?
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that.
He could have.
And you would have never found him.
And chewing gum wrapper?
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death.
I was gonna say, we gotta check. We always gotta check.
You see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Oh dear. Okay.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum.
It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
His clothes?
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers,
his jacket might have been his.
Brown leather
I'm
jacket
thinking of it.
with a
Wait,
bright
no.
blue lining.
Okay, I thought that may have been like a undershirt. Okay.
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
And in his pockets?
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after
I
this
agree.
is done.
The man himself
has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk.
Yeah, we don't even need to make visual calculus for this because that implies there's even remotely a mystery.
One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. When damp, these boards are really slippery.
Yeah.
Even a sober man could lose their balance here.
His face?
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters.
So I am curious, is this still our job or are we just doing our diligence?
50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Now I'm just depressed. Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
Look south the way you came.
That's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen. A sign from above that you need to stop drinking.
Looks like just another old drunkard to me.
And he was married.
Lieutenant points to the ring on the man's left hand. The flesh around it is swollen and gray.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options.
Right.
We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found.
The fact that Kim gave us the option means Kim is siding on the idea of maybe we should look into this ourselves. Mostly because we already took care of the other stuff. So, like, as far as official police business goes, we're still waiting. What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure.
I
He
agree.
slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident.
Mm-hmm.
If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
I mean, it's just a few planks, right? How expensive
Not
could
that
that be
sealing
for
it
a
up would keep
city?
anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Smiles sourly. What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No,
That's
I
a
don't
real
see
question.
anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
And... right. I don't even think we need to ask this. I think that's a pretty open and shut yes.
It
Right.
does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure. Although there's still a
That's
question
really
of
all I care about.
identifying the body.
Because, like, identifying the body is important. Really important. Let's see the viewfinder. Coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Alright, dead body on the boardwalk. Call the station, examine the library card. Alright, yeah. First thing, library card. Ain't hard having fun when you got a library card. Let's go. Library card?
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Look at the back side.
If lost,
Are
please
we in
return the
52
card
or are
to
we in
the
53?
library.
I genuinely cannot recall.
005 02
Howdy, Orion. Howdy.
55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Got it. Alright, I think we've identified our stiff at this point.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader.
Oh?
You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun.
I'd read
the
that.
last one in the list is
just by title.
The Clinton Curve by M. Theobald.
Well, at least he didn't have any outstanding debts then that we're aware of.
Most of these
Assuming
titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
I mean, that's of course assuming that libraries in this universe have like a late fee system, but I'm unsure. I don't know how I keep forgetting that the racism mug is broken. I also don't know why we're still holding onto it. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Yeah, how are you doing, Orion? How are things holding up? Okay, so I'm thinking... Not so great, you're ungodly anxious today? Well, I hope I can at least do something about that. Smoker on the balcony. Anytime past 2100. Alright, so we can call on the Kinema no problem. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset. Do we even have a number to call?
You hear the tone.
Oh.
The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. Let's see.
Calling.
I'm curious.
Calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this?
Fuck it.
End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
The voice is female and sounds like 100 years old. I might be? What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different.
That's another weird voice on the other end of the line.
Her voice is drowned in white noise.
Oh?
Sounds like waves washing a beach.
That's creepy as fuck.
Until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Oh? That seemed to just pass the time. You hope so too, although you took your meds, you're still really anxious? Well, at least you took your meds. Also, I'm sorry for the quality hit. We're having some scuff. I don't know what that's about. I think it's just... Dead phone? Smashed receiver? Looks like someone hung up too hard. I'm just hoping that it's a little bit of scuff and not actually a problem. It's chugging. No, no. Hold on. It's my end. It's my end. Anyone that's able to hear this. Sign reads. The sign reads, Brune, 1147. Oh dear. Okay. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Hold on. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. This one's a little weird. Also, just checking. Whoop. Hold on, there is a slim chance that I know what's going on. As usual, when it's this specific issue. I was gonna say. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's fucking weird. Again, sorry, we're seeing how much scuff we can... Ugh. Sorry for the VOD audience. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hoping that it doesn't last for too terribly long. Otherwise, oh my, because I don't know what it could be. Fucking hell. This doesn't usually happen for this long. I wonder what it actually could be. Because usually okay, so like to anyone that can still hear me, this usually doesn't happen for this long, and if it does, I'm usually straight up disconnected by now. And I do not know what could be causing it, or how I could actually fix it. Because I don't know if I can. Hold on. Hold on. Concept. No, Twitch doesn't have any outstanding outages. You can hear me, but it cuts out every now and again. Yeah, that's a problem. That's unbroadcastable. You heard that whole explanation in one go? Yeah, I think we're fixed now, but I'm... Alright. So, I don't actually know why when this happens, it happens for so long. That's what I'm getting worried about. Because it didn't used to. Certainly never that bad either. But, as long as we don't have another outage, we should be fine. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. 56, An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too hard to tell. Let's see, is there anything up here that we can... Game audio is a bit loud. Is that just you? It's not just you. I can... No one complained until now, but it's not just you. I can always just... Honestly, the music can always be a little quieter, in my opinion. Especially in this game where it's just backing vocals. Is that better? I also had to do some fuckery to make sure I wasn't, like, blowing out my mic. The barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. These greasy gears used to turn the whole machine. Building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing, anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast.
She did?
Said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
So, part of what I love about how this game handles, like, dialogue and shit, it's like, if you have talked to someone, and you've picked up a detail that you may have forgot, Kim doesn't. Kim's a video game character. Of course he remembers what to him was a few hours ago, or yesterday, for that matter. The shirt looks worn and smells a bit. Can't help but wonder who would leave it stuffed in a tear container. What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. What's polo anyway? No, really, what the hell is polo? Wait, we actually didn't explore up here. Whoop. Cigarette butts, cleaned away under a rock. Brand, Tio Mortuary. You take a mental note. Tio Mortuary. Seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. You love Kim's voice actor. I do too. Rusted, broken control box from the radio relay tower. Ladder too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. A scented scarf. +1 to shivers, -2 to physical instrument. Whoop. Tiny inlets here. Far off in the far distance. Where... Okay. I don't know what that full thing said. Ryan Nebula is lurking. Take care. Take care. Have a good lurk. I'm glad to see you around, by the way. I haven't seen your name in a minute. The boardwalk rises to the south. Casts a long shadow over you. But it's like, I love Kim's voice actor. There's like... When a game like this has so many dialogue lines and only a few are actually, like, sour lines, it's, like, legitimate fucking big old golf clap. And I hope to hear him more often. Whoop. Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Okay. Actually, let's look at the scarf. It smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, possibly from a date. Alright, if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. I'm actually kind of curious how far in the year we are, because it's snowing, but it's not snowing regularly. Okay, so I think it's you that we need a signature from. Oop. I found this jacket.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
I could use a river. It's been another track and field day.
The lieutenant says this, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then.
Hey!
And I'll see what I can do. Must say,
hey.
I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Thank you.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what the actual solution of this is.
You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built.
There's something about the deadpan cynicism of the basic narrator.
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this
that just
symbiosis
makes things funnier than I think they should be.
And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Encyclopedia passives give 10 XP and plus 2 real. Do I just like find it in my pocket? Now, I do have minus 2 suggestion, which... What does that put us at for suggestion? That's psyche, right? Oh dear. Oh dear. Maybe we should just level that up so that it might not be like that bad. Okay, let's see what this new jacket gives us. A fallen windbreaker. Fucking element proof, always hot, sweat like a pig. This windbreaker is a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso in a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot reach them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning that this item is not actually fireproof. Goddamn, alright, how's it actually look? I want to know. I mean, it looks like shit, but it's a windbreaker. I own a windbreaker. It has a bunch of Junji Ito art on it. Definitely not legally licensed, but I wanted the windbreaker. So I put it on a Christmas list because I'm like, assuredly no one will buy me the windbreaker. Lo and behold, it is my fall outfit. Oop.
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
I was asked to get your signature.
Were you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
He's planning to Everard's planning to turn some of the village into a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that...
Her voice trails off.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Here, use my pen.
He has a pen and everything.
Takes it from you, a doubtful look in her eyes. Clicks it and places the tip on the paper.
Here you go.
Wait, why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
No, it's a youth center. Why shouldn't you?
That's what I asked you. It's a youth center, and I have children.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious about the hesitance.
They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. It's a bad idea. She won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me.
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
It's an accident. I'm sorry.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
No, that's... Wait. Are you suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved.
You know what? Yeah, she would have that sort of sentimentality. She would have that sort of sentimentality to a vehicle because she's a fucking nitpicker. So of course she, like, has reverence to vehicles. I mean, I'd assume it would only be to boats, but, like, any vehicle that gets the job done, I assume any boat of hers that would capsize falls in the line of duty. What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
I've never...
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play
I
at the
can
wake?
play some OO at the wake. I was probably playing it in the radio if you,
Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
I agree.
That's all we have time for right now anyway.
I agree.
Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do, you know, more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the Doom commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Cooper funeral idea?
Thanks, Kim. Be seeing you. There's just something about him actually, you know, trying that makes me, like, agreeing that it feels weird. It feels so weird that Kim doesn't even have anything negative, like, obviously constructively negative, but, like, anything to say on it. Bleh. Alright, so where's Isabel? I actually don't recall who that is. Howdy, Tsunami. What's good? You missed the real-ass scuff.
You mid-step and put your hand on the garish necktie.
Oh, I'm gonna hear some shit.
That bottle!
Yeah!
Man! Just look at that bottle!
Okay, cool. What do I do next?
Oh, I think this is about so much more than cool. Please go talk to him.
Oh?
See what it's about. I'm drawn to it.
Alright, hell yeah, Breton. The brushes are too thick or thorny to pass through. Oh? Good then, you don't get spoiled on the real stuff, unless it is also real shit. Oh no, I mean like, the actual stream had like, I want to say a 45-second bitrate fuck up. Hey, Tequila, a 30-something man clad in a two-piece Lacara tracksuit, puts down his Pilsner and extends his hand in greeting. Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Good to see you.
How's that's not the voice I thought at all.
Reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset.
I would love my last name to be Sunset, but, you know, Bedlam's also really cool.
I like this guy.
I like
You
him
should
too.
He respects you by calling you your true name.
I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago.
Yo.
Those days are over now.
He looks at his shit-stained Lycra jacket with a grim expression.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's spiral.
He looks like fucking Jared Leto.
Haven't found those keys yet. Haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good,
oh dear.
Conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Looks at his comrades. Please. Please don't call. Don't call.
Please.
Oh.
Please don't call. Don't call.
Begs the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing.
Oh.
I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower.
Who were you?
But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your tequila sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how tequila sunset?
Yeah, I got time. I got more than enough time.
Tequila sunset. Something ominous there.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords.
Okay.
Tequila sunset rolled into Martinez.
Oh, this is only gonna end in a bad idea.
I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
Oh.
This is your story.
Yep.
Stop interrupting.
But you're telling it, so... Then he takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And
correct.
By the worm, I mean the buzz.
Yes.
Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk.
Pot kettle.
Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer. And that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them.
Yup.
That's
that lines
pretty
up.
High concept, if you ask me.
It is.
It is.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Right. Not the first time this comes up.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest
guy fascinates
people
me.
in history have killed themselves. And been drunks. Either way,
yes.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on.
Oh.
Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
I do.
Oh, yes, you
it's kind of my job to know.
The only thing better than that is pushing the pedal to the
that's
metal
good.
after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor
Oh, I
carriage
love the
revving
tie
up
so
somewhere on the
much.
plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking?
I do.
Naturally, loud
it's stuck
noises
there.
pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence.
This is definitely going to be in the thought cabinet for sure.
Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed.
Yep.
Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
Because you don't care if you trip.
What we saw
at
was
all.
a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you.
Yes.
Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come.
That sounds like
so,
me.
Naturally, being the curious
that
cat
sounds
I am,
like me.
I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things."
Say nothing. It's more dignified that way.
After which, your reality contracted.
And it is.
You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We
Yes.
ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt.
Somehow.
Covered in
Yes.
seaweed and shit. Like some kind of sea monster.
Oh.
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
So would you be surprised if I got that back?
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us. Which you naturally
You seem
agreed.
all right.
We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long do we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point...
That sounds nice.
I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Okay.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon.
Harry?
Sullen, got up and left without saying anything.
Wow. That's quite a story.
And it lines up.
Yeah. I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct.
Yeah!
You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
That's so backhanded, but I appreciate it. Did we talk, politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you.
I mean, that sounds about right.
I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Oh. You're literally the invisible hand man. Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
How is that a health?
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Your name is Rosemary. You fucked yourself.
I forgot.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention anything else?
Besides
or
your
losing
gun
anything
and
else?
your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was
That
cramping your style.
Sounds roughly accurate, yes.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
Shut up, empathy.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
What about my case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time.
I mean, I did solve it
And
in comparatively no time once I got over the executive dysfunction of alcoholism.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 500...
Well, goddamn right I am.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
200 feels like 5.
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
Okay, but you're right on that. I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
No, actually, I've heard enough stories for a lifetime. They suck. Goodbye.
Is what you almost say. But the words choke in your throat. Do you really want to miss out on all this good stuff?
Oh, do I, though?
Perhaps it's significant.
Why not? What's in it for me, anyway?
There might be interesting details, fresh experiences, exciting rewards. You'd really ignore it all?
Oh, no, I wouldn't want that. Not at all.
Exactly. So you know what to say.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you look like someone with a lot of cool stories. Want to tell me how you became the idiot doom spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
What do you need?
Booze.
Oh?
Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier.
You're still on that. Okay.
So, have you got anything for good old idiot doom spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
Snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects.
Don't call Abigail.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here.
Oh?
Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too.
Right.
My actual name is George. But
Okay.
around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual.
That you sound like someone who was. That's true.
Junior partner at a high concept creative services agency.
Go on.
My story begins. I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator.
Give me the deets.
Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world.
The one you're still wearing.
But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says, thoughtfully, brushing dust off of shit-stained pants. What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
That's true, actually.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least,
I mean, at least you were thinking through it.
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet we talking?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
There's a trace of derision in his voice.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate.
Oh, no.
I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch!
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me
fair enough.
lying
You did.
on my ass in a mud
You can
pit
get
in
an
the
ass
middle of a
concussion
heavy
like
shower.
that.
But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You've got to be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
So what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who
fair
did
enough.
assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see.
But they were your neighbors. They fucked you.
5 minutes later, you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I
That sounds like a win-win. What the fuck are you talking about?
Best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
Ew,
So,
you were just dealt
now
a
you've
bad
heard my
hand by
tragic
one
tale.
bad night.
What do you think?
One bad
Like
day.
nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Did I enable his drinking habits? Yes, I did. I'm not gonna drink that Commodore Red. What the fuck am I? Look on the bright side. You got one hell of a story.
Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its
Okay,
own.
I can empathize with that
But what
one.
matters is that it's true to my subjective experience.
Look, I'm gonna
Anyway,
be real though.
That was all the story one bottle
It's not
did.
my fault. It's Inland Empire's. It's never my fault.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Be seeing
You
ya.
too, Tequila Sunset.
You're eating ice cream? Oh, fuck yeah. I hope your ice cream is helping with your current predicament. I'm sorry for not elaborating too hard, but you know how lingering goes. Whoop. Yeah, I'm definitely going to see about putting this back on the SSD. Drop in temperature. An easy flow.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What the smoke? You weren't too detailed either? That's fair. That's fair. At the same time, you know what I mean. Just been ungodly anxious? Well, again, I hope I'm helping. And I hope the ice cream helps. And I hope whatever you're trying to do helps. What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened.
I've actually been there a lot lately.
An elm tree watches over the building.
I'm on the Boost Parone whenever I need it.
The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt,
but I haven't needed it a lot lately.
Already.
Actually,
a row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Oh, what about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls.
It's like I haven't needed it in a month, but it is within arm's reach, as is my melatonin and painkiller.
The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap.
God, Shivers is so cool.
While radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
So, I do wanna comment on this. I like that you can have perception on which is sight, sound, smell, whatever. But while you're deep into Shivers, perception sight is less you actually see it and more in your mind's eye. You can see there's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away right at the turn. I like that detail that the game doesn't spell out for you. A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
That is enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
I was gonna say, and then nothing actually stopping me. So, I know that there is fast travel in this. How do I even do it? Do I just because obviously I can fast travel Church, Fisherman Shacks, Martinez Waterfront. How do I do that? A net. Also, where is Isabel? I'm actually kind of curious. You know what? Lillian might know. And Lillian's been nothing but helpful to me. Because she hasn't actually seemed to mind the youth center idea, so maybe she might be cooperative?
The sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Mm-hmm.
What's on your mind, officer?
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who?
That's it. I'm not looking... God damn it.
How can I assist you?
Okay. Let's see. Lillian... Female name... I don't know where she'd be. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirrup. Where could it be? We're just gonna... Because time doesn't pass until we actually start doing actions, which I like about this game a lot. Because a lot of my playthrough is, like, aimlessly wandering around because sometimes I actually just forget where a route is or I miss something. So, like, it's very nice for the game to just be like, yes, you do not pass time until you do something that actively passes time. Now, we could forge a signature, but I doubt that that's required. And I kind of don't want to entertain the idea. To be a socialist, we have to be an honest socialist. You want to do a run where you just Unga Bunga on to strength and endurance? Okay, so I have been told that runs like that are actually super interesting because they're so different. There's just not a lot of talking, and that's a little bit of a problem. Because you miss some of the game's best bits, but if you're doing it on replay, whatever, you know? I still kind of want to punch Measurehead out, but there's a truce. Oop. Scribble between the thighs of a page 3 girl. Bonjour du disco. Measure, yeah. There's a temporary truce because he has been very cooperative.
Inside, you see a set of steering
You did beat his ass. I tried 3 times.
Toolbox and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I tried.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
I'd like to report a dead body on Martinez Boardwalk.
One moment.
You can hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle-aged man. Height 170 to 175 centimeters. Dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through the hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench. Whoop. Let the audio fix itself
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, just seems like an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
She repeats. You can hear her quickly typing in the background. Ooh.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What of his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in.
You couldn't find a third way past Measurehead? What were the 2 you found?
57, over and out.
Her voice is
In
fierce
the
into the
cabin,
void.
you see a set of
God, I feel like such a
radio
responsible...
on a hook,
I feel like such a responsible, actual real cop doing good cop. Doing actual, like, detective work. Like, hey, this wasn't related to the case, but I found a dead body on a boardwalk. I did a little bit of detective work. We didn't need to do a field autopsy. Let's see, can we actually... Oh. Whoop. Again, I am definitely reinstall. Beat his ass and jump onto the thing. Oh, for me, it was... I do not think there was a third way past him. Actually, no, there is. And it's... whether you want it or not, subscribe to his ideology. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Oh, dear. Now, I am not saying that doesn't count. It does count if you do it and then forget it. But that would cost a skill point, and do you really want to spend a skill point?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Insert my bottles.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Damn right I am. I'm a fucking superstar.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
I need some Dramamine.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
And I need 1 magnesium.
Here. I hope.
Let's also buy some cigarettes.
A colorful display of cigarettes.
We should buy some cigarettes.
Line the shop wall,
it makes us a better cop.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
I would like some Astra cigarettes.
Here you go, mister.
Plus 1 to my intellect. Damn right. See? Superstar. I'm also just gonna take that just in case there's a series of checks, you know, as sometimes there is. Alright. Oh dear. You know what? Nah, this isn't actually out of the question, because we're loading in so much new shit. Well, quote-unquote new. To how this game, like, processes shit. We shouldn't be bumping into that issue for too terribly long. Have a good lurk, you two. Orion, Tsunami. I'm about to do a probably very spoilerific discussion. This is your warning. Titus? It's me. It's me. I talked to Klassia. Now I need to talk to Ruby. Ooh? I'm just gonna read these off in my mind. Ooh? Leans back in regard to curiosity. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. And that means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone.
Uh-huh.
And now you pick Ruby. Well...
On your watch.
On my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna throw her under your moral...
Well, if she's one of you, and if you're one of Everart's, Everart has asked you to comply. Everart has asked you to help the wonderful people of the RCM. Oh, now you're calling me slurs. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs. Whoop. Oh dear. Kim? I cannot do your voice justice. Come to me, friend. Friend? Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
Ruby is missing.
Oh, there we go.
If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
Lots of sound hiccup. I know. I know.
You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing.
Can't do anything about it.
That's just legalese. You don't even have
except
a sound
reinstalling
theory.
15 gigabytes onto an SSD.
Rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a
saw the
theory
winch
presents
outside.
itself
Secret
if you
route
keep
found.
looking.
Ruby is a drug trader established. Scan the room. Alright. We've already done this check. Ain't no problem here. Ain't nothing big here.
And then, the emblem.
And the little guy. Oh dear. Okay.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing.
Yep.
Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor. And in conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene.
Yes.
The footprints were theirs. But there's a discrepancy.
Ruby's missing, obviously.
Exactly. But none of this is news to you. You
so it's
stood
a low
there
chance.
for about 4 seconds,
What's the roll?
not saying anything. Time to move on.
It's a logic roll, which we have some logic. Which I think 5, 6. I think we have a 5 altogether on our logic modifier. Which, yeah, that's not the best. We failed harder checks. Damn it. Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. No, we can do this. Sorry. You're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Squint harder.
Still nothing. But that's okay.
Oh.
This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory.
I am.
Right.
Damn right I
Hazelford
am.
Shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that.
Yes, authority. Could you help? Shush. I'm more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience.
Shush.
Ooh.
I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby?
I just want to hear the components of the theory.
Smart move. The components are access to the roof.
Yep.
Weapon. And motive.
Got it.
Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. Hey, did someone say something already? No? Yes? Who cares? Upstairs in Claudia's bedroom, the window the bullet came through. Analyze that.
Thank you, visual calculus.
There's a
My best
spooky
stat.
building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. There are secrets. Magisterial.
Thank you, Inland Empire.
Secrets.
Also, my best
Let me
stat.
assist you. You could crack Claudia's last
Volition.
defenses.
You
Maybe
ain't
she'll
bad
tell you
either.
Something helpful. It's that simple.
Thanks, Logic.
Unless we have more business, we should.
Looks at the door. Can take off now. Okay. So we have a lot now. We actually have shit that we can think on. We should talk to good, kind-hearted Lena. Ran to your husband on the coast. Goodness. How is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet? The old woman clasps her hands together over the blanket. Whoop. He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work. Oh, yes, that's my Morel. He's bound to catch cold, staying out here for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, even if it's a little. You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail.
You haven't, however.
Ooh.
There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her.
You never told me you've seen the Phasmin. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings? No, I really want to know. Reflexively, the lieutenant relies on his familiar notebook. Well, it was summer, she starts. I was building a racetrack out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one, many times my height, I remember, when all of a sudden... Wait, where was this and how old were you? I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in in Betancourt, in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
What happened? The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. Stood up and looked at me.
The strangest moment of my life.
I looked up and
I'm glad she can finally actually
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Let's just wait for these to... Stood up and looked at me. His body unfolded like some antique toy. Never seen anything like it.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me.
She looks at you.
After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left. Went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Okay.
Where did you
Continue.
Go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me.
Oh?
Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen.
Go on.
For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
Continue. Go
we were on
on.
our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my descriptions matched the phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved.
Okay. How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
And its limbs are white?
Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them on the inside, like stalks of marble, if that makes sense.
Okay. You were on a date?
Our first. Yes.
She sighs tenderly. Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
Closes his notes and gives her a simple smile. But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Hold on. Sorry, I had to respond as a moderator to something. Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just...
She sighs.
Such an impossibly sunshiny
It wasn't
day.
urgent, but it was something
So
I needed to be
warm.
like, yep, alright, I see that.
And
Thank
she
you.
could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
That's all for now, ma'am. Let's see. Okay. Let us go up and see what Classier wants, or what Classier can maybe tell us. Because she can totally tell us some shit. And I'm fascinated to know what that shit actually is. But the brain's a ticking. And even if I weren't to talk to her directly, I definitely have to go up into her room and investigate her window. I have to recreate the crime scene with visual calculus, no problem. Whoop. I was just thinking what a nice evening it was. She looks around for taking part in a murder investigation. Found your buoy. It was empty, just seawater. Oh. Did you take the documents? No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
Did you take the documents?
Perhaps
No, of course not.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me.
Uh-huh.
In truth, I should have destroyed them.
I'll file this under a theft of some kind.
Thank you, but actually, now that I think about it, you mentioned seawater.
Maybe?
I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch mechanism. The documents were probably just washed away.
Let's go back to the lies you told.
Lies?
She repeats, then trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes,
Let's
she
change the
slowly
subject.
lights another cigarette.
Let's actually, since we're going to be doing a lot of thinking, and I mean a lot of thinking, and I mean a lot of thinking, let's get this intellect boost going. Oh. Was that a crash? That was a crash. We're going to restart the game. Pray and hope nothing went wrong. And if something went wrong, that's the stream. I'm going to take that as the weird bullshit that was happening earlier. Again, worst case scenario, I just continue tomorrow. Oh, fuck. I mean, that's not so bad, but that was a good hour ago. We didn't even go back to the frit. We didn't even... Well, let's actually see. Because there is... I'll have to retrace my steps. This is shit I could do off air, but, like, I do need to check, like... Like, are the clothes... Yeah, okay. Okay. Traces. Steps retraced, no problem. Okay. So, this is a little earlier than I meant to cut things off, but it is also a Sunday, and it's also a little late on a Sunday. And I do want to apologize for that. 2 seconds, though. I gotta take a screenshot of something right quick for moderation purposes. We need to find someone to raid. So let me check for someone to raid, obviously. But either way, if you stuck around and you enjoyed that, I would first of all like to apologize for any technical difficulty, but thank you, legitimately. If you would like to support the channel more directly, there are links below wherever you're watching this to things like the Streamlabs donation link and the community Discord server. If you are on Twitch, there are also bits and subscriptions as well. I've got nothing else going on right now. You got a second round of ice cream? Oh, hell yeah. We're just wrapping up. Let's see. I'm bouncing. I'm gonna have to. We crashed and a little bit of an issue came up surrounding that. It's nothing that I can't take care of when I come back. We're gonna raid D. There we go. But yeah, I've got nothing else. I'm probably gonna try to resume this tomorrow at an earlier time. Maybe all my times are in EST. So maybe around like 4:30, 5 maybe at latest. I'll figure something out. I have to reinstall the game on my SSD because the technical issues today are kind of inexcusable on my end. But I can reinstall it, no problem. Like, how much space do I have on my SSD? Yeah, no problem. I don't even need to make room. So yeah, have a good rest of your night. Thank you.